Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another plastic past and present. Today we are going to be looking at the bayverse slash movie sideswipe. So, we have four figures to look at today. I have the original Revenge of the Fallen mold here, the studio series based off the same iteration, the Human Alliance version, and just for the fun of it, I also have the Legends class little mini version. So first I want to start off by comparing the vehicle modes. We're going to leave this guy out for that bit just because it's pretty obvious that, you know, he's a mini version, but, well, actually we'll include him. So the first ones we want to look at are the Studio Series and Original Mold. So first of all, you can see that the original is a fair bit larger, and I do believe they are both deluxe class. So let me adjust the camera to get them in shot a little bit better. Obviously there's some difference in the transformation. You can see that just from the side panels. Big difference is that the original has transparent blue for the windows, whereas this one has a gray. We do have the four smokestacks in the back. This one, they kind of come out to stand out a bit more. We have a rubbery mirrors here, whereas these are a little closer to the body and sculpted in. Different designs on the hubcaps. Bring that in a little closer. So there is that. The grills are a fair bit different too. This one, I'm guessing these are supposed to be the headlights. Yeah, they are, judging by the other ones. Whereas this one doesn't really have the headlights, so that's interesting. This one also has the grille painted in black, where this one is just molded into the silver plastic. We do get the Corvette logo there on the hood for both of them. I don't know if this one was painted or not. I did buy this used, so it's possible the paint could have been scraped off. There is a spot for the license plate in the back on the original. But those seem to be the major differences here. Let's take a quick look at the little one. Obviously there's not going to be as much detail, but we do have little painted headlights here. There's also some painted battle damage. You can see all the little robot beds there. No exhaust pipes, but we do get an Autobot symbol where the license plate would go. And it does have painted red taillights. I don't think... yeah, these guys have painted red tail lights, so there is that. The Corvette logo is sculpted in, so that is still there. The grille is still sculpted in. It looks like the Legend class is based on the hubcaps, more off the original mold, so there's that. And we do these little nubs for the rear view mirrors. No painted rear windshield, but the front windshield is done in a couple different shades of blue. It fades to a brighter blue as it goes back. And finally, we'll look at the Human Alliance. Definitely still going with the original hubcap design here. And with this one, there's a lot more detail. You can see the brake pads in there. I don't know how well it'll show up on the camera, but the brake pads are in there. We got our blue headlights, Corvette logo, black paint for the grille, solid rear view mirrors here. We got the Stingray emblem on this one. Got our four exhaust pipes done in a clear plastic. Got plastic inserts for the brake lights. And I think the windshields are done in a very darkish blue. It's sort of hard to tell. Let me try and get the door open here. I can. Come on, there we go. Yeah, it's sort of a bluish gray. It's sort of hard to say exactly. Oh, come on. This one does come with a sculpted interior and a little driver. I'm pretty sure this is the right one, because I kept them all in a bin, but I'm pretty sure Lennox is the one. He either came with sideswipe or he came with jazz. I don't remember which was which. But there is a little human driver. You can see we got a couple seats. Oh, there's a seat on this side, and if we come to the other side, get this door open. Very stiff door. There we go. We got another seat here, and we got a whole dashboard and everything, so definitely plenty of sculpted detail on this one. Arm came unpegged. Next we'll do a quick roll test. So let me get these out of the way. The Human Alliance one, definitely not the best at rolling. There is a lot of robot undercarriage. You can see that not all the wheels are gripping. He's kind of just scraping along the bottom. And yeah, there's like a lot of robot kibble down there. Studio Series also does not roll very well. Yeah, all that robot kibble, the way it folds up, just sticks out ever so slightly. Legends class rolls quite well, but you know, it's a very simple design. There's, you know, not hard to make the vehicle mode look good, because especially with these licensed vehicles, they want the vehicle mode to take priority. So there's that. And then here we have the original mold. He does roll really well, but he is a little lopsided. I don't know if that's just me having him folded up wrong underneath, but so yeah, out of the roll test, the Legends and original mold definitely are the superior in that regard. But I think that's about it for our vehicle mode comparison, so we'll go ahead and get these guys switched over to robot mode. Alright, and we're back in robot mode. So before we talk about the robot modes themselves, we'll go over the transformations really quick. I didn't want to show those on camera because it would make the video way too long. But as far as the transformations go, I think that out of the actual transformation process, I like the original the best. It's nice and intuitive, but it's not overly complicated. The Legends class, it's a Legends class. I mean, it's super simplified. That's like, they're held to a different standard. The Human Alliance does have some interesting tricks to it in how it all compresses together and is able to leave room for that interior. I do like how the legs compress, but overall, it's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. And I think I gotta give the Studio Series the lowest score for the transformation itself. It's also the only one that actually has parts forming, in the fact that the blades form the side of the car, and they don't like tab in anywhere during the transformation. You have to take them on and off. So I think that he's the weakest link as far as the actual transformation goes. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that these two do have the Stingray symbol in the vehicle mode. I don't know why I didn't see that. Moving on to the actual robot modes, we'll start with the little Legends class. And again, these guys are at a different standard, a different price point. The blades and the hands are just sculpted in. There's not a ton of paint work. The Autobot symbol is just there. You know, the top of the car is just hanging out on the back. But it's a nice little figure for what it is. Pretty limited articulation and all that. I will say that he does at least stand up fairly well. You know, but that's, he's very simple. He's not hard to balance, but he doesn't really do much posing. Moving on to the biggest, the Human Alliance. There is some hollowness in the arms. You can sort of see there's pockets there. There's a big gap, and he does have probably the most horrendous of the backpacks. Just like the entire top of the car just hanging off his back. I will give this guy the credit for having the most intricate of the play patterns, being that of a Human Alliance character. He has, there's a firing missile that goes with him. He comes with a little character. He's got some extra doohickeys. He's also the only one with a battle mask feature, which a lot of the Human Alliance characters had something along those lines. I think like Jazz, his visor could come up. I know Bumblebee had his. I don't really remember the other ones. The only other one I have on hand is the Barricade, and he definitely doesn't have a battle mask. This guy definitely has the most stable of feet, because he has like these flip out things here that make it easy for him to stand as long as you have that backpack secured properly. But yeah, probably some minor complaints here, but his swords are just, the rubbery material. They do just sit along the bottom, so maybe that's why. I'm not entirely sure, but they are a soft plastic. He probably has the best paint decal, second only to the Studio Series. He does have the painted Corvette symbol, the Autobot symbol. He does have some painted details on the head. He's got the Cybertronian markings. He's got some... Can't tell if his eyes are plastic inserts. They might be. It looks like he's got some light piping in the back. And he does have some mobile fingers. They're just one hinge on these two and one on the thumb, but they do at least move. So there's that. And you do get a little bit of motion in the legs, but not a ton because of the way they transform. So give and take on that. But we'll put him off to the side. The Studio Series definitely, I would say, has the most accurate robot mode. The actual chest pieces do angle because they're on ball joints. The backpack folds up reasonably well, all things considered. The swords are mostly in the right shape. And he is the only one that comes with blasters, which I think are from the Dark of the Moon, not Revenge of the... I don't think he ever had them in Revenge of the Fallen. One thing that I find odd is that these pieces over his wheels are not the same, and I don't know why. Because all the other ones don't even have this like overhang bit. They're pretty much all the same. I mean, you can sort of see on these two how they look. But it is what it is. Come on. Stop being difficult. Okay, you're going to be difficult. He does have good articulation. He's got elbows. He's got some swivel at the hands. He does have decently posable feet. All things considered, since he's got the wheel feet. I do like that they sort of switch the part of the fender, I guess, around to form heels to help give him a little bit more stability. The only thing that I can say seems to be missing from this is the these sort of like rubbery tube pieces that attach to the legs, but maybe that was just a cost thing, or maybe it gave them a little bit more. It definitely gives them more motion in the legs, and he's got ball jointed legs, so he does have quite a bit of transformation to the legs, and he's even got some like working pistons and stuff. So there's quite a bit of detail in this one. He's definitely the most detailed. So I definitely do appreciate that. And moving on to our final... There seems to be a theme with you guys. You just don't want to stand. So this guy, I definitely do have some nostalgia for this one. He has the faceplate down, unlike the Studio Series. I do like the way that there is some options with how his backpack can be folded up, because these are just on like some big armatures with multiple like hinges and whatnot. So you do have a little bit of option as how you want his backpack to display. And I do like that these swords are sort of a built-in gimmick that you can fold around. Given they're not, perfectly pointy, but I do feel that they come off a little bit more fun than the Studio series. That said, his chest does not tab in as securely, and his balance is honestly kind of atrocious. He does not want to stand, so I have to definitely dock some points there. Putting personal nostalgia aside for this one, I do think out of the four, the Studio series is probably going to be your best bet. I still would recommend the Human Alliance if you can find one for a decent price, but I don't know how likely that is. This one, I do at least have fun transforming it, even though I do kind of like the original's transformation a little bit better. I do kind of wish he had the different head sculpt with the faceplate goatee mask that he has. But the backpack, compresses well enough. The fact that he has an extra set of weapons and the detail really does bring it home for me. So, they're all good in their own ways, but if I had to give one the overall best of, I think I would have to give it to the Studio series. And, that is partially, they've had more time to develop the technology. He's got, more paint, he's got more detail, and while the parts forming is kind of a bummer, it's not the worst. The swords, as everything starts popping up, the swords are, at least, pointy in shape, though they don't really look quite the same as the swords model in the movie. But, you gotta take what you can get. And he does have storage for the guns under his backpack. See if I can open this up. These little slots right here, you can peg the guns into. Am I doing this wrong? Right there. Okay. Oops. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you can store both the guns under his backpack if you so choose. It'll close up now. And there he goes falling over. Okay. Now it doesn't want to close because it's being dumb. Whatever. But yeah, there, you have some storage for the guns. So I think overall, the Studio series does edge out the others. Yeah, as far as the ones I would recommend for, like, if you were to like get a present for your kid, I think the Human Alliance would be the best. Then again, these two are a bit older, so you're probably not going to find them at a kid-friendly price. I don't know how easy it would be to find the Legends class, but that's really more of just a little fun pocket toy that, if you find one, cool. If not, I wouldn't really go out of my way to get it. But I think that's about all there really is to say on the movie Sideswipe figure. So I think we'll wrap things up here, and I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them. I'm trying to up my game a little bit and make these comparison videos a little more in depth, because before I was just sort of having them in robot mode and be like, oh, this is the better one, but I really want to get more in depth and show off their strengths in both modes and talk about the transformations and whatnot. So I'm going to try this format going forward, and I really hope that it comes across better and people enjoy it more. So please feel free to let me know what you think. I'm eager for feedback. Little channel still growing. Feedback is like gold to me. Anyway, that'll be it for now, and I guess I'll just sign off here. So this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.